Hello. Today's video is about why I hate greed. I don't like greed, and I don't care much for greedy people. Like rich people. They've already got plenty of money, but it's never good enough. No, they want more and more and more. And when people want to buy something, they don't want to pay anything. But when they sell it, they want a fortune. There's a man on Craigslist asking $500 for a used PlayStation 4. $500. All right, if he was asking $500 for a used PlayStation 5, okay, that's pretty reasonable. But a used PlayStation 4, he wants to be greedy. He thinks he's going to get $500. That's bullshit. He's not going to get that much. He's not going to sell that console. He said, I wouldn't sell it except I need to pay some bills. Well, he's not going to be paying those bills. Nobody's going to pay $500 for a used PlayStation 4. Wake up, buddy. Sadly, my dad was greedy. And he was, I'm sorry to have to say this, but he was the tightest man I have ever seen. I mean, he was using a homemade extension cord with a bunch of frayed wires. You could see a bunch of naked wires in it. And he could have gotten shocked on it. Me and Rick were kids, and we used to walk around the basement with our shoes off. If we would have stepped on it, we could have gotten shocked. But you see, the extension cord worked. And Dad thought, well, since it works, I'm not spending out the money to buy another one. And it wasn't until one of our neighbors jumped down his throat about it that he went out and bought him another one. I mean, he was the tightest man I've ever seen. I asked him to borrow 50 cents. He cussed me out. Talked to me like I was a dog. Over 50 cents. A preacher was here one time, and he's talking to that preacher. All I can think about is the almighty dollar. And where did his greed get him? Nowhere. I like TV shows and movies that show how that greed can be a person's downfall. Like Bonanza, The Price of Salt, and Back to the Future 2. And I'll tell you somebody else who hates greed. God. And I'll tell you how I know that. There's a story in the Bible. It's about a group of warriors that God was helping. He was helping these group of warriors to defeat their enemies. And this was God's one and only command. Said, when you defeat your enemies, when you kill your enemies, take nothing of theirs. See, their enemies were freaking rich. They had plenty of gold, the finest clothes, all kinds of nice things. God's only command to these warriors was, when you kill your enemies, leave what they've got sitting, take nothing. Well, for a while they did that, but one day one of the warriors said, you know something, I'm going to take some of this stuff for myself. And he did. And the very next battle these warriors fought, they lost and they were killed. God wouldn't help them. And that right there proves that God hates greed. Let me tell you something. A woman won some money in a lottery. Not much. She got a lottery ticket and won some. She said, God's good to me today. Listen here, if you win the lottery, fine. But please don't say that God's been good to you. God doesn't like greed. If you win the lottery, you just win it. God didn't help you. God's not going to help you if you're motivated by greed. He's not going to do that. So please, if you win the lottery, fine, I'm happy for you. But please, Don't say God's been good to me, because God didn't do it. Well, anyways, this has been my video. Thanks for watching.